Hey guys. Hey guys, how we doing? Everyone well? Let's have a look, see what happened with the CPI data. Mr. Briggs, Mr. Webster, how are we guys? Sorry, a little bit late. Um, had to go somewhere and I thought I'd run there. And it turned out to be a bit further than I anticipated. So I thought it was just around the corner. It was a different, same road name, just different place. Um, so something that I thought was 4K away was actually 8K away. So once I'd set the ball in motion, that was running. That was it. I was running. So do apologise. I know I said 1 o'clock. We've missed CPI data. It doesn't really matter anyway because I never trade the data. I just trade after it. Um, let's have a look at the new structure points that we're seeing. Okay, BPC setting up here on the 30. So you've got to wait for this candle to close. Obviously, if this is too much of a bullish candle, meaning if it comes all the way up here, then there's potentially no setup. If it closes bullish, wick down, you've got 70 pips to the next support resistance level. So we could look at buys up into that area. What else? So CPI data, we can get rid of that. We don't need that on the chart anymore. Could you take it on the 15? Yeah. Yeah, you could take it on the 15. I think if you're taking it on the 15, I'd probably just do a momentum entry. Um, as you know, members, anyone that was anyone that's a member will know that I have no further trades to do today. We hit target by 6:45 this morning, so that's it. Job's done. There's no need to place any more trades, but we sent out the signal, did its 50 pips. That's it. Job done. So everyone else that is still trading, we do have potential here, which be so if you're taking it, guys, I'd be literally, I would just do. You're getting a wick down anyway now, so it makes no odds. Buys are the high, so you're looking above here. There's your 10 pips. Still yet to take a trade. Good Frankie, it's good discipline. So literally, if you're looking at longs now, guys, it's going to be this. If you trigger, you're going to bring your stops underneath that low. And I just hit that as your target at 32.55.5. 10 pips, risk free. Take some money off the table. Sorry, I'm absolutely gassed. That run took it out of me. Obviously, the heat didn't do me any favors. Don't judge me. I double dipped on NAS before the 130 news and ka-ching, cashed out. Nice one, Nigel. Right, so those that are in gold should be in now. Uh, if you use the 70% rule, you pretty much, I would say, a break even. Not sure if it got to the 70% rule, but let's have a look. 48.98. In and out at break even. Yeah, it was a quick one. I was going to say, I thought your M15 gold looks nothing like on MT4. Right, same on mine. Looks identical on my oh shit. TV. Just move the chat out of the way. So identical. Now I would be let's have a look what Frankie's sharing. Bear with us, guys. Yours is off, Frankie. You're missing some candles. It's probably not live. Your price is 3325 and the price is 3245. So you're missing some data along the line, along the way. You your yours is effectively uh it's May the 9th, mate. You're not even close. You're 4 days away. Uh, that's what you're looking at. It's May the 9th. No wonder it doesn't look anything like. Good luck trading that chart, pal. You managed to get your. Is it loaded now? So while we're here, guys, we got another congratulations. Another member has just passed her instant funded account. So when I say passed it, means she's got a payout. So there's no challenges. You just hit your profit target and then you get payout. So Rupee, not sure if you're on here right now, but if you are Rupee, well done. Uh, she's just got a $480 payout. So she's just shared the certificate in the group. So well done, Rupee. Keep up the good work. I love it. The jokes in the group. Right. Uh, so I'm not a big fan of what's happening with gold at the minute. It's just a bit messy. We need it to clear some ways. Um, even to the downside, it's not too bad, but we could look at a break of the 30-minute low. But I think realistically now, We need we need a bit of a directional movement. It's just getting a bit clunky. See, this is where things like the 70% rule really, really do benefit you because this went in, you got about 9 pips up, just missed T1 by about a pip, and it's come back. Now, look, if you like the setup, you can still trade it, but there's the 15-minute support that's now being formed. Um, and looking at that, if that's 15-minute support that's being formed, it is based on the 15-minute a change in structure because look, you've got highs that have been formed, lows that have been formed, consolidation, and then we've broken out to the downside. So on this time frame, we have seen like a change in structure. Um, it's not something that I'd be too excited with because if you look at this now, that in fact, let's clear everything. Start again. The daily support is still holding down here. These markets came in, filled the wick again. Is this you've got to wait for the day to close now, but is the day going to close something like this? And if it does, maybe this is the turn of like the start of the daily range to start its impulse back up again and come back up towards previous daily structure highs. Now, if that is the case, we need to see a change of structure to the upside. We've seen that here initially with the 4-hour consolidation, then a break to the upside, and now we're pulling back. Hourly, again, you can see the break of structure that we've seen and a pullback. We just need to see buyers commit and come back in. Now, we're not seeing that until this is something that we looked at, or Simon looked at here on the 15, where we saw buyers push up. Only downside is it's straight after CPI news. So, when if I'm trading CPI news or any major news event, I do like to potentially look at the 5. But the movement after the news is it's not really done anything, has it? I mean, yeah, it's moved what about 40 pips, so nothing much. Very sort of like non-existent news event for CPI. Um, that's what I like to hear, Frankie. Keep it disciplined, pal. No, no need to just take trades for trade's sakes. The whole objective is make money. The more money we make, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to do it from 15 trades. If any of you understand Pareto's law, you'll probably find that 80% of your income comes from 20% of the things that you do. So when you're having a look at your trade journal and your trade statistics, have a look at where your revenue comes. It'll probably come from 20% of your trades, or that might mean you better trading in the. I came late to the party, night duty stuff. Haha, no worries, mate. We've only really just started. We've not done anything today. Um, I've taken 2 trades first thing this morning, and that's it. I'm done. I sent the alerts out in the members group. Um, but other than that, like I say, I don't know how many times I'm going to reiterate this. I know we're probably a little bit low on numbers today, but guys, how many of you, right, I'm just going to put a poll in the group and I want just a yes or no answer. Right, I've just put a poll in the chat, guys. Everyone answer, please. Okay, so uh, there's about half of you that have voted. There's still quite a few that haven't voted, so It's just a yes or no answer, guys. So my question to you is, for those of you that aren't using a prop account, why not? So if you're not using a prop account, why not, guys? Come on, why aren't you using a prop account? Wow, I ask the questions and people disappear. Not that offensive, surely. Okay, so those that are using a prop account, have you got restrictions? Have you got daily drawdown limits? Have you got can't use EAs? Have you got can't use copy trading? Have you got can't trade during news? Have you got if you trade within 5 minutes of each other, they're categorized as the same trade? Have you got a profit consistency rule? Have you got a lot size multiplier? Do all these things exist in the ones that you're trading? If so, why the hell are you using that? So you've just got daily drawdown on 5%ers. Uh-oh. You can't trade 2 minutes either side of news. You can't trade 10 minutes either side of each trade, if I'm not mistaken. You've got a profit consistency rule as well. So yeah, but the whole thing here, guys, is people get sucked in for a cheaper version, and a cheaper version doesn't mean success. It generally means more restrictions. Doesn't mean you won't get paid out. Okay, doesn't mean you won't get paid out. It just means you're making it more difficult for yourself. So the what seems cheaper on face value at the beginning is probably going to cost you more in the long run, because what's happening right now is, yeah, we're saving a bob or two, but right now you want the most flexible conditions that are. No, it's called, it's Instant FX Capital. Icon is just the provider. You can't just go to Icon and find it. You can only get it through Instant FX Capital. So you want the closest thing to trading your own account. That's the that's the best. If you want to succeed and you want, well, no, if you go to Icon, I wish it was tomato, but if you go to Icon, you can't find it. You go on their website, you go everywhere. You won't be able to get it. So the yeah, but I'm just saying, if there's anyone that's new here and they see that, they're gonna go for it and can't understand why they can't find it. So you want the sim. simplest way of trading. And the simplest way of trading is your own account, right? Now, the only reason people don't just trade with their own account is because their own account generally isn't big enough to create the returns that you desire. So right now, while we're waiting for trades, if we've got 500 quid or got £1,000 to play with, you look at that and you're going, well, if I have a fantastic year and I can double my money, I'm going to turn 1,000 into 2,000. Doesn't really grip you and get you too excited, does it? Uh, Good morning, buddy. How you doing? So when you've got 1,000, let's say you're trading with $1,000. First thing I would do with that $1,000 is prove to yourself that you can make $200 or $300. Once you've made that $200 or $300, then you go and get yourself an instant funded account. Because then it's a free account, right? You've not dipped into your pocket and withdrawn. All you've done is you've withdrawn a profits to buy a funded account. Now, you don't have to do any challenges. You don't have to jump through any hoops. All you have to do is make a percentage profit with zero restrictions, just a fixed drawdown. And that's because there's a multiplier on the account of times 10. So Rupinder, she started her challenge about 10 days ago. Maybe not even 10 days ago. I'll have to have a look. Um, I'll have to ask her. It may have even been Friday. She's just passed. She's just passed, literally just passed today. Just got a message from Rupinder herself and from the brokerage. Yeah, she just turned $300. She's started it, so she starts with a $3,000 account. She's just done $600 profit. She gets 80% of that, so that's $480 profit. She's just been paid out. So her $300 has just paid her back $480. And her account is now grown to $6,000. So you're not making those kind of returns trading your own $300, are you? It's just not happening. You're not going to turn $300 into 480 and then get a $6,000 account. So the next step for Rupee is she makes 20%. She's then got what, $1,200? Yeah, $1,200 of which she gets 80% off. So that'd be $960. So if that pays out, the 960, she'll have had 480, so 960, that's $1,440 off a $300 investment. And then the 6K will be a 12K account. So you can see why using funded accounts is the way forward, especially if you're starting with a small amount of capital, because it's a great way to pull that capital back and push forward. But only do it when you've proved to yourself you can make a couple of $100 profit from your 1,000, because then it's costing you nothing. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. They just jump straight into funded accounts when they haven't proven to themselves they understand the principles. I'm just looking at gold now, and I don't like the 30-minute time frame. So I think if you're gonna look to trade the 15, I'd do it something along the lines of this, because we do have enough space to the upside. 64 pips, so there's still plenty of room to the upside. So if we can get a close above here, wick down, you can trade it to the upside. The downside on the 15, I'm not so keen on, to be fair. Too much traffic. Let's take a look what's going on. The DAX. Uh, no interest in the DAX whatsoever. same as we said this morning. We look for buys above 23,667. All this area is nonsense, so I'll leave it alone. There's, like I say, no interest whatsoever. NASDAQ. Um, Look, there's obviously we wanted to be looking for buys above 20,889. The downside was CPI came in through that period, so there wasn't a trading opportunity in my eyes through here. Now this spike up and spike down has kind of screwed this whole setup. So you've got to wait for it to this market to unravel before we can do anything. Yeah. So yeah. So going back, guys, uh, if you want to be using the fairest conditions there are to get yourself past, click on that link that I've just shared in the chat box. Um, and if you are not a member of Trade and Train and you open up an account, because we have just partnered with Instant FX Capital, um, for I would love to say for the foreseeable future, but you never know. So we've just done a collaboration where anyone that buys an account will get some free time in the membership, uh, full VIP membership with Trade and Train. So if you get the $300 or the $500 account, you're going to get 30 days. And if you got the $1,000 and above, you're going to get 90 days free access to Trade and Train. Okay, so all you need to do once you apply, um, as long as you're not a member of Trade and Train, is just put in the notes, just put TNT collaboration, okay, and one of the team will get you access to Trade and Train's Telegram channels and bring you into the community. Hope that makes sense. While we're just waiting, and I really don't see me. If anything, 15-minute will probably fill this wick up here. It's only 42 pips, so as I said this morning, the bias is long, so you're looking for breakouts and you're looking for BPC trades. So what would that look like? So essentially, breakout has happened. We need to see it push on a little bit now, and then for looking for the BPC, we'd want to see a couple of corrective candles pulling back down, and it doesn't have to come back to the level. It could just be two sort of downrange candles followed by a bullish candle, and that bullish candle is going to be our cue to taking a trade setup. Okay, just looking at the markets. Anyone got anything running? I've not had a trade since what time was the last? I think it was 6:05, something like that. Uh, 6:10 this month. Yeah, 6:10, and closed at 6, and 5:49 and closed at 5:51. So both lasted 2 minutes. That's so we've had a grand total of 4 minutes of trading today, guys. Not exactly. Like I said, the thing you'll do least of when you're trading is trading. The thing you'll do the most of is analyzing and reviewing your data. Your data is going to be the biggest thing you need to review. Dear me. Okay. Anyone looking at anything? Yes, Danny, there is YouTube. Right. Not really seeing a great deal, guys. And there's don't think there's any more news. I know there's Bank of England Bailey speaking at 4 o'clock, but that's not really going to do anything. Yeah, CPI's come down. It was a miss. So lower inflation year on year is probably still maybe a little bit higher than they wanted at 2.3%, but it's pretty much their 2% target. But yeah, there's nothing else. I think it's going to be a bit of a yawn day today, to tell you the truth. I'll stay here till 2:30, but there really isn't anything setting up. Nothing even kind of close. Let's let's have a look at some of the. So look, if indexes are going to rally, I would expect to see the risk currencies, so Kiwi, Aussie, and Canadian dollar start to perform. So that would be see New Zealand dollar start to push up, Aussie dollar start to push up, and dollar CAD start to sell off. So if we look at this based on the weekly, we can see we've had a big impulsive move. Now we're seeing a little bit of a correction. Daily, see the correction still in play. We're seeing lower lows, uh, lower highs, but I would say anything that we can get above this area. If the market does start to correct a little bit more to the downside, then where's the drawing tool? If we start to see this, then you can look maybe for aggressive entries somewhere down here to run back to the upside. Hey Rupee, I was just letting everyone know about you passing, so well done, darling. Um, you'll get your payout very quickly, I would have thought. Uh, Pound yen is breaking daily highs, so this is what I was referring to this morning. If we can break those highs as an end of day trade, we could see some big moves to the upside. Mm, you're in a sell on. Okay. Look, I think where price currently sits right now is going to be paramount for if price can hold here, you should start to see it moving lower. Okay. Um, but what was your entry on that? 5892. Okay, so you're only what, 16 pips offside. 5892. 58. So it's like 42 pips. 5859. Rupee, you should have already hit target one, and you should be at break even on that. So you should have been stopped out. So look, this is what was said. Entry 5892, stop loss 5943, target one 5859, and put to risk free. So oh, 5859 is somewhere up here. So you should have closed at least 1/3 out or half out, and you should have moved your stop loss to break even. So you should be out of that trade now. You shouldn't be in a sell. Oh, it was a sell limit. Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm just misread it. I thought it was a sell stop. Ooh, okay, okay. Yeah, my bad. Okay, so yeah, you now we now you're just waiting for the market to turn. Still looks bullish. So we'll see how it looks at the end of the day. If the day is closing bullish, I'd be closing half the trade off because as the indexes rally, New Zealand dollar will rally. Oh, brilliant. Uh, I'm just not liking any charts at the minute, guys. They're all just congested. We need something to happen. We need some moves. We need some moves for sure. Pound yen makes sense for more upside, especially if dollar yen's still holding strong at 0.4% down on the day. But if we're going to see the indexes rally, I suspect we'll see dollar yen start to rally, and dollar and K will start to rally. So that'll be pound yen higher. But yeah, I'm. I wouldn't even want to put my name to a trade right now this afternoon. I think the best thing that you can do today, guys, is put your feet up and come back tomorrow. See what happens through the closing of the US and European sessions. See if we can get some movements that will clear the deck clear out any of the traffic, and then we look for tomorrow morning. Because right now uh, there is absolutely nothing of interest. If we get above that, 23,667, then I've got interest in DAX longs. No, no, nothing for me, guys. Absolutely nothing. Um, yeah, I'll wait around till the oh, Rupee. Question: Are you still online, Rupee? If you are, do you have Instagram? Okay, it was just so I can. It's not so I can tag you when I post your certificate. So it doesn't matter if it's private. It's just so I can tag you. If you just send me it on WhatsApp or Telegram, and then you don't need to share it here unless you want to. Yeah, there's nothing for me, guys. Absolutely nothing. This will be the third live stream I think I've done where there's been no setups. It'll be the third one through the US Open. But like I said, the sitting on your hands will save you more money or make you more money than placing trades. Because you could try and trade through this like non-existent moves, and you're just going to end up in a trade you don't want to be in. So the best thing you can do is sit on your hands, wait for the market to come to you. Don't chase the market. It's the best bit of advice I can give you. Don't chase the market. Follow the process and the prize will follow. 6 minutes and then I'm going to call it a day. I'll tell you what, let me just put my phone on charge. If you get a close above here on at 230, then there's a potential long setup. But uh, terrible. Literally. I mean, look at the daily candle. The daily candle says it all. Small body, wick to the bottom, wick to the top side, open and close somewhere in the middle. So that tells you that today the market is completely indecisive, doesn't know where it wants to go. So if you're trying to trade when a market doesn't know where it wants to go, good luck. When there's a direction, simple. Just trade with that direction. Just wait for the pullbacks, wait for the breakouts, follow the rules. But right now, there is nothing to follow. We haven't got structure. We haven't got clear space. It's just it's just a mess at the minute. So we need something to happen over the next couple of trading sessions. So through the end of the US session, through the Asian session, we need some of that crap to be cleared so that we can potentially have a trade tomorrow morning. Otherwise, guess what? We're going to be waiting until tomorrow US session. How many people are being disciplined today? So just looking there, 83% of the people on the live stream have got a funded account. Nigel says no. Love it. Love the honesty. Um, Peter Cole, good man. Frankie, good man. Simon tried to be. So tried to be, is that a yes or a no? One win, one loss, three break even. That's fine, but was that disciplined? Were they all setups? Did you adhere to the rules? If so, then you've been disciplined. So the main thing is just reinforcing the skill set that you have. And that skill set could be recognizing that there isn't a trade. It could be recognizing that you've had two or three breakout trades and they've all gone 7.5 pips or more to target, and you got stopped at break even because you've applied the 70% rule. So then you look at your data and you go, right, what happens every time I apply the 70% rule? The trader, well disciplined today. From work, I prioritized sleeping and ignored all morning setups, overcoming FOMO. Yeah, FOMO, ignore it because there's only you that thinks about it. Yeah. So don't worry about missing a trade. You're always going to miss a trade. You're always going to miss something. The main thing is that when you do catch something, did you adhere to the process? And if you did, fantastic. Because then what you're doing is you're rubber stamping self-belief. You're rubber stamping your discipline. The more you do that, the more you're going to believe in your actions. The more you believe in your actions, the more committed you'll be when the setup arrives. That's what we're looking for. Right, 1 minute, and then we'll see what happens on the open. We'll see what happens on the open. If there's nothing happening on the open, which even if there was, to be fair, I'm not trading, but initial move is down on the NASDQ. Will it continue, or is it just going to be a liquidity grab to continue the move higher? So look, you do have a minus resistance level that's being formed, but we can't have, yeah, 40 pips to fill the wick. So then you've got to wait for a candle to close above the resistance level. Um, yeah, if you want, you could do a momentum entry above those highs if you feel like the market is going to continue higher. Guys, I'm there's no point sticking around today. As much as I'd love to sit here and talk to you, I believe you've all got good things to do. Some of you have made your money today. Some of you have been disciplined and not taken any trades. Rupee, well done on passing and getting a payout today. Uh, Everyone else, those that took trades this morning, well done for taking those. Everyone that's been disciplined after that, well done for being disciplined. Those of you that have taken trades today and let's say you finished up break even, if you've stuck to the rules and that's how you finished, and it doesn't matter whether it's win, lose, or draw, but you've stuck to the rules, well done on being disciplined. And if you've just been all out gambling today, don't worry, there's always another day to be disciplined. Thanks, Simon. Cheers, Andrew. Cheers, Peter. Frankie, Terry, Nigel, Rupi. I think I've caught everyone in there today. So well done, guys. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye, 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 bye.